things that other people get scared away with. Okay. I invited my friend to this show today. I don't know if she'll show. In my friend's Facebook bio, my friend has written, I'm the kind of person that a Christian would not like. BS! Prove it! I like you! 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 Yeah! And I can't see you coming clean. You're in the ocean, baptizing me. Yeah, the water's warm, got cold feet. Is this some sort of grace which washes over me? I'll bring you this. Yeah, I'm paranoid. Listen to me. You wash my clothes. Yeah, I'll wash your face. I need the best. Hey, transcribe me. Like what do I need? Persuasion, jealousy are getting down now. Consensually. What do I see? I put you for the wreckage. And tell me you can't Psychosocial moratorium. In psychosocial moratorium. Yeah, so psychosocial moratorium is just a funny way of saying that given enough time, given enough support, eventually everything's gonna work out. I know it's hard. It's hard when you feel like you're alone. It's hard when you feel like nobody hears you, even though you talk to them, even though you try to tell them what you're going through, nobody hears. I know how hard that is. You know, I'm like in my 30s, and like I still deal with that to this day. But I have faith that eventually things are gonna work out. Because, you know, like, people are cool, right? Like, I'm married, this is my wife. People are cool. My wife is cool, you know? She's with me every day. She's kind to me every day. But also, we don't see eye to eye every day. And I found that, like, all love is conditional. You know, the love of a spouse and a husband, wife. Love of friends, conditional. Love in family, conditional. Conditional, conditional, conditional. And that's sad. And that's hard. Because I think everybody craves to be cared about deeply, no matter what they do. And that's what I'm telling you about right now, is like a love that will care about you no matter what, a love that wants what's best for you no matter what, a love that thinks you're beautiful no matter what. And yeah, it's true. Like, that being loved fully no matter what, by a love that never turns or changes, transforms you, and makes you want to think differently and feel differently. But at the same time, you know, you can't earn love, you can't manipulate love, you can't bargain with love. It just loves, no matter what. So yeah, that's the love that I found in Jesus Christ, who's my only hope. Because, you know, I've got nothing. He's my only hope. Even when I feel like I can't handle it. And that's frequently.
Man, I could just keep grinding on this all day, but
I think I'm gonna have to get on with the show here. Getting on with the show. Let's go. Oh, you know what? Here I am, just wasting time yet again.
Set over
the headlines. Go to Citizens Free Press. We'll start over there. We'll go to Revolver.news. And we're going to look at headlines here. All right. See where the ones that we've got there. How many Revolver headlines are the same as Citizen Free Press? I'm a big fan of the Revolver website. Let's see. There you are. Kaboom. Wait. Not that one. I got a new one. So those were performances from a tour that I used to be with, but probably not going to do it anymore. I'm not applying this year. I'm just kind of letting it go. They got enough people, and I've had enough fun, so time for me to move on with my life.
You know, just yeah, which is fine. I got bigger things in mind. these days. Let's see. Oh, channel's not on there. That would explain a lot. Explains a lot. Let's get our sound going back up the way that I like it. Kaboom. Valley 4. And just goosing this up a little bit. Goosing the juice there. Yo, 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 yo. Peak reduction. Check, 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 check. That's good enough. All right. Here we are. This is, what is this, Revolver? .news. Trump dominates Fox News. Never Trump town hall hosts and gives masterclass. Yeah, I don't really care about that kind of stuff. Like, Trump is cool. I'm cool with Trump. But, not really here for the hero worship type stuff. Let's see here. We'll stay on that one. Okay. This one, I'm gonna go. I have another place that I go for my headlines, but I'm not gonna tell you this one. I'm not gonna show you. It's a secret. It's a secret where I go to find my other headlines. January 11th, 2:30 p.m. 2024, Anno Domini. Year of our Lord. Here we go. We got African mass migration and open borders. We can read that one. Let's see here. fairus.org. Coming American African mass migration open borders. Ooh, that one might be interesting. I do want to take a look at the. Let's look at. I usually like to cover Archbishop Carlo Viggiano. Better sleep with both eyes open after he links Hillary to Pizzagate. Well, open that in a new tab. Beatty and Poso call out the one overlooked part of Ray Epps' probation. We'll read that one too. Biden has his fat, grubby hands in all 4 sham indictments against his top political enemy. That one too. Ray Epps clips, not really interested in that. Regime desperate to tie up Fed surrection, loose ends with latest Epps. That exclusive. Really interested in the MTG Hunter Biden stuff. Biden is leading in a Pennsylvania poll. My goodness. Take a look at that poll. 49%. With Biden has a lead, 49 to 46, 3-point lead at the Pennsylvania poll. We'll see who ran that poll. Christina Caramo removed from office but refuses to step down. I don't know who that is. Now I gotta find out. See, this whole like Trump thing of all these indictments, and it's so obviously political and is not rooted in any real facts or information, and it's just not worth taking because it's also inevitably doomed to fail. Its only design is to tie people up in court, and it's just the most toothless thing. Because the good news is Trump's not going to be a dictator. That's what he says. What is a dictator, really? At one point, a dictator was an official position. Like it wasn't seen like the way that it is today. Look it up. Dictator. We'll go Wikipedia. Yeah, cool. Let's read that. A dictator is a political leader who possesses absolute power. A dictatorship is a state ruled by one dictator or a small clique. The word originated as the title of a Roman dictator elected by the Roman Senate to rule the republic in times of emergency. Like the term tyrant, and to a lesser degree autocrat, dictator came to be used almost exclusively as a non-titular form for oppressive rule. In modern usage, the term dictator is generally used to describe a leader who holds or abuses an extraordinary amount of personal power. Dictatorships are often characterized by some of the following: suspension of elections and civil liberties, proclamation of a state of emergency, rule by decree, repression of political opponents not abiding by the procedures of the rule of law, and the existence of a cult of personality centered on a leader. Dictatorships are often one party or dominant party states. So this whole game of what they do with the presidency, you know, like, well, what is it about I don't know, I don't want to get lost in the weeds on whatever tit for tat, this president versus that president, Biden versus Trump. But the fact of the matter is that Biden executive orders, you know, like, that's rule by dictate, right? So the word dictator comes from the Latin language word dictator, agent noun from dictare. A dictator was a Roman magistrate given sole power for a limited duration, originally an emergency legal appointment in the Roman Republic, and the Etruscan order. The term dictator did not have a negative meaning as it has now. It started to get its modern negative meaning with Cornelius Sulla's ascension to the dictatorship following Sulla's civil war, making himself the first dictator in Rome in more than a century, during which the office was ostensibly abolished, as well as de facto eliminating the time limit and need of senatorial acclamation. He avoided a major constitutional crisis by resigning the office after about 1 year, dying a few years later. Who's Cornelius Sulla? I don't know this person. Roman general and statesman. Won the first large-scale civil war in Roman history and became the first man of the Republic to seize power through force. Fascinating. Lucius Cornelius Sulla Felix. So that's an interesting guy to take a look at. Let's see what time range that was in. Oh. There we go. 138 to 78 BC. Wow. Sulla had the distinction of holding the office of consul twice, as well as reviving the dictatorship. A gifted and innovative general, he achieved numerous successes in wars against foreign and domestic opponents. Sulla rose to prominence during the war against the Numidian king Jugurtha. All kinds of history here. Whom he captured as a result of Jugurtha's betrayal by the king's allies, although his superior Gaius Marius took credit for ending the war. He then fought successfully against Germanic tribes during the Cimbrian War and Italian allies. This is a portion of Roman history that I find doesn't get enough attention. that whole like pre-imperial, pre-Caesarian Roman Republic. An Italian allies during the Social War, he was awarded the Grass Crown for his bravery at the Battle of Nola. Sulla was closely associated with Venus, adopting the title Epaphroditos, meaning favored of Aphrodite/Venus. Sulla played an important role in the long political struggle between Optimates and Populares factions at Rome. Okay, so just, anyway, so this is before Augustus Caesar, before Julius Caesar becomes a dictator, takes over the country by force, and where you get Julius Caesar being proclaimed dictator perpetuo, dictator in perpetuity, officially doing away with any limitations on his power, which he kept until his assassination the following month. So he only had that power for he was a dictator technically for 1 month. Following Caesar's assassination, his heir Augustus was offered the title of dictator, but he declined it. Later successors also declined the title of dictator, and usage of the title soon diminished among Roman rulers. The term comes from the Latin dictator, having same meaning as in English, originating in dicto, I dictate, which comes from dicio, exert authority, make decision. So somebody who makes all the decisions, like a lord or a king, one guy who's got all the power to decide how things are supposed to go. Here, just scroll up. So, all this tit for tat, who's a dictator, who isn't? Well, the presidency, the office of the presidency has a certain amount of, it's the executive office of the presidency. So one of the three branches of our constitutional Republican form of government. That being the case, obviously the president has certain powers. What are those powers? What powers are granted by the Constitution? Well, not the power to make laws. You have executive orders, which are decisions by the executive office on how the executive branch of government is supposed to operate, the way that they're supposed to enforce laws that are on the books. But it's a mandate of the presidency to enforce the laws that are on the books. You cannot. The presidency is not granted constitutional authority to dictate executive orders that are in contrast and in opposition to the Constitution, because the Constitution is granted authority solely to Congress, the House of Representatives, and the Senate to legislate the laws of the land, to write the laws, to make laws. Anyway, the United States has such a fascinating form of government, but it just goes, with the play on everything, like the ebb and flow of everything really comes down to human nature. What government is for curbing the appetites of human nature. For what? For the sake of a higher state of consciousness. A supernatural form of consciousness that humankind have developed an innate recognition of, that we should be law abiding, that there are certain behaviors and attributes we should adhere ourselves to for the sake of our health, our good health, to have a healthy individual, a healthy family, a healthy community, a healthy society, a healthy nation. We understand intrinsically that things go better for us when we adhere to those natural states. So let's read this one. Regime desperate to tie up Fedsurrection loose ends with latest Ep's sentencing documents. Take a look at this. Earlier this week, the Department of Justice published a sentencing memo recommending that Ray Epps serve 6 months in prison on misdemeanor charges related to this behavior. So like they know that the guy needs to go to jail, and so they're thinking, just put him away for 6 months. We'll put you up in a nice cozy hotel. We'll give you some hot towels. Make sure you're taken care of. Nobody's gonna mess with you in here, buddy. You just sit tight until all this blows over. We'll take good care of you. Don't worry. Back in September, the Revolver News reported on the bizarre situation in which Ray Epps, nearly 3 years after January 6th, is hit with a misdemeanor charge for which the DOJ notifies him in advance, and to which he pleads guilty. What? So just plead guilty to this. We'll get you off. Dude, for a sense of perspective regarding the DOJ's 6-month prison recommendation for Ray Epps, consider that Enrique Tarrio, who wasn't even in D.C. on January 6th, was sentenced to 22 years in prison. Ray Epps' fellow Oathkeeper leader, Stuart Rhodes, was convicted of seditious conspiracy and sentenced to 18 years in prison. Wasn't even there. Epps' sentencing recommendation is not only trivial in comparison to fellow heavyweights Stuart Rhodes and Enrique Tarrio. Prosecutors are requesting 30 months for Sandra Wire, a 60-year-old woman with no criminal record and no record of violent behavior on January 6th. We have written exclusively about Ray Epps' involvement on January 6th and compiled numerous damning video clips documenting his behavior. For a convenient refresher, we recommend the following video. So they have a following video, and it's like if anybody's spent any time on the Ray Epps story, you've seen all the videos. We need to go into the Capitol. Let's go to the Capitol, everybody. Bananas. Okay, I'm gonna have to clip this because it's too good. Copy that and then message it to myself. Okay, give me a few minutes. I'm gonna clip what we're talking about here, and then we'll get back to reading. What's this bullshit? I'll clip this and then we'll go on to Fijano. Do I not have my messenger on here? Dude, that's not the freaking link. Oh, gosh, dude. No way. Okay. I blew it. Folks, I blew it. Okay. It's this one. That's the one. We'll clip it on T-Live. Streaming on all the channels, folks. We're streaming. Stream-a-lima ding-dong. Locking up grams, but not EPs. Let's see who authored this piece. This is Darren Beatty.
He never puts me up.
Doesn't say. We don't have an author for this? I'm gonna assume it's Darren Beatty. Darren J. Beatty. And at Revolver News. Right. There's that headline. Let's keep reading this. So interestingly, the DOJ's sentencing document on Epps admits that Epps is guilty of felonious conduct. But not only do they spare him seditious conspiracy charges given to other major Fedsurrection players, they spare him even the obstruction of an official proceeding felony charge, currently pending Supreme Court review, given to countless other January 6 defendants with far less egregious behavior. So why the display of mercy? One reason the DOJ gives for leniency is that Epps reached out to the FBI early and was allegedly forthcoming and cooperative with their investigation. But don't worry, he's not a Fed. The notion that Epps was cooperative is highly questionable. Indeed, we have reported on countless discrepancies, if not lies, in his account of events recorded in interviews in law enforcement. Just take one example. Epps at one point claimed that he thought it would be legal to go into the Capitol. A claim contradicted repeatedly by the fact that he prefaced his exhortations to storm the Capitol with, "I'm probably going to jail for this." I remember that's in one of the clips in the video. "I'm probably going to jail for that." You son of a... Dude, these people are sick. What a bunch of twisted psychos. Hello, FBI. Just so you know, I know that this is psychotic, and this guy is total stooge. He can't. Don't piss on me and tell me it's raining, buddy. What a nutcase. What an absolute freaking maroon. What an ultra maroon. Oi. Let's assume for the sake of argument that Ray Epps did turn himself in early and was cooperative, as well as the fact that he called for a de-escalation of violence in many instances. Many January 6 defendants notified law enforcement early on of their presence in the Capitol and enjoyed no such extreme leniency. Remember freaking Adam Kinzinger? "I'm so sorry they're doing this to you." If you're somebody out there that has a hard time understanding how sociopaths operate, I highly encourage you to investigate the behaviors of sociopaths. Recognize the patterns, how they gaslight, how they totally abuse you, and then put the blame on you. And somehow always shift the blame back on you. This is carte blanche, textbook sociopathy. These people are sociopaths. There is nothing legitimate or honest about how things operated on January 6th every amount of the reporting by the quote-unquote mainstream. I don't really like that term, mainstream news. It's such a stupid, bogus term. There is no mainstream news. There's just either it's news or it's not news. And the fact of the matter is that while there might be like a lot of people that watch the news, maybe even like hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people who watch mainstream news, they don't cover the majority. They don't even come close to covering the majority of people and their habits and the media that they consume. Not even close. Nowhere close. There's nothing mainstream about mainstream news. It's total sham. Oh, anyway, you can keep reading. Find out the rest over there at Revolver News. Here, let's go to this one. Karamo removed as Michigan GOP chair, but refuses to step down as she threatens and slanders opponents. Interesting. Scott McMahon. All right, let's take a look at this. First, I'm going to share to Twitter. Okay. Macomb, Michigan. The Michigan Republican Party Executive Committee met on January 6th and performed all the steps defined by the GOP bylaws to remove Christina Karamo as state chair. They appointed co-chair Melinda Pago as interim chair. Karamo claims the meeting was illegitimate and illegal and continues to represent herself as the only official chair. As Karamo and her team appear to be gearing up for a battle in the courts, one executive committee member who spoke with the Tribune on condition of anonymity. Okay, that's never a good sign. When we're talking about political freaking backstabbing, somebody is like going to be anonymous. Not a good sign. Dude, the GOP is made up of the most gutless, spineless cowards. I can't. Unreal. Like, hey, if you're a Republican and you are sitting in a chair position or you're a political bigwig, let me tell you something. You only live once, and you do face a judgment for your life on the other side, and cowardice is unforgivable. It's unforgivable in this life and in the next. So, like, how do you want your children to remember you? How do you want the world to remember you? Because cowards get no mercy. On condition of anonymity, indicated that Pago is likely to appeal to the Republican National Convention, RNC, so they're going to go up the chain to what's her nose? Who's that? Ronna McDaniel. An article published by BridgeEMI.com yesterday confirmed this. Pago's group insists that the process followed by the executive committee was in accordance with the MIGOP bylaws. Karamo's camp released a report delving into technicalities like the definition of calling a meeting and time periods involved. That they claim are violations of the bylaws that invalidate the January 6th meeting. On December 16th, Karamo scheduled a meeting for this coming January 13th. She claims this is the only valid meeting on the topic of her removal from office. Pago claims to have officially canceled this January 13th meeting. Pago sent an email to all precinct delegates yesterday, obtained by the Tribune, where she wrote, "The bylaws, however, are very clear. No longer is Christina Caramo nor her leadership team in charge of the MIGOP. It is with this, I mean, this is totally like anti-Pope stuff. It is with this, I have officially canceled the January 13th meeting, as it is not an official meeting, and any such meeting will not be able to conduct official business, Pago continued in the email. Dude, this is totally like cutthroat political posturing. Caramo sent an email to every precinct delegate in the state on January 7th after she was ousted. The Tribune obtained a copy of that email where she repeatedly called her opponents conspirators, referred frequently to her election as a grassroots victory, and called her opponents' actions illegitimate, unlawful, and illegal. As she has often done in recent weeks and months, Caramo engaged in name-calling when she wrote in the email. The grassroots spoke as to who they wanted their chair to be. The counterfeit conservatives who are co-conspirators with Democrats will do anything, including break the law, to get their power back. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you can read in this. I mean, this is the thing about local news. You've got Lapeer County Tribune, you know, so what else are you going to read? What else are you going to read, plebes? You're going to read Lapeer County Tribune. We're the news around here. And guess what? We say that Caramo's a big crybaby and just needs to deal with it. But they're just as much a part of the system to be like, oh, well, just roll over and die. She concluded with an apparent threat toward those who voted against her when she wrote, not only is their conduct unlawful, but swift and appropriate action will be taken. Yeah, I guess that is a threat. Well, as we say, it's not a threat, it's a promise. Many of her most vocal critics, including Warren Carpenter, Don Beatty, Mark 14, and many others, previously supported Caramo, a former community college teacher with no business management or executive experience, but sought to remove her after months of allegations of financial mismanagement, rejection of multiple large donations, divisive leadership. Rejection of that is the clear indication this person actually has a freaking conscience, that they rejected multiple large donations. Why? Because they're trying to buy you off. It's a bribe. Divisive leadership, legal troubles, and poor communication within the party. Yeah, because you don't want to deal with freaking sociopaths. Her response has consistently been to attack her opponents. She told M Live, as opposed to unseating. That's not an attack. To unseat a duly elected chair using manipulative and dishonest means. I mean, that's not. How's that for? How's that to? Is that not an attack? That's not an attack. But she's attacking by defending herself. Their job is, as the Uniparty, in my opinion, is to prevent Republican Party from being successful by sowing chaos and dissent and inefficiency. I refuse to believe that these are just some good-hearted, confused people because they resort to lying and deception. Benedict Arnold, Brutus, Judas, the story is a long story throughout history of these individuals who get close so they can plot and scheme on a person, and when you won't give in to what they want, they attack. And that's what we're witnessing, Caramo said. Caramo has further been claiming that Pago has resigned from the party. She said at a public event on January 8th that the co-chair of the party wants to go around telling everyone, including the media, that she is the chair of the party. I will accept that as her resignation. That's not a claim. That's just, I get what she's saying, because that's she's saying she's not really for what she's, despite all this conflict, Pago and many, dude, the way this reads, these writers, man. Dude, you can just hear their sympathy for Pago. Sorry you have to deal with this crazy lady. Pego and many in leadership within the party are optimistic about 2024. Don't worry. Everything's going to be fine when we get out this crazy lady that's just spoiling all our fun. The Republican State House and Senate committees and many Republican candidates have raised substantial sums as donors have given directly to these committees and to candidates instead of to MIGOP. I wonder what committees and candidates they've given to. The Republican candidates have raised substantial sums as donors have given directly to these committees and candidates instead of the Michigan GOP. Oh, they're trying to undermine the party and get the party back. They want to take it back from the people and put it back in the hands of the large donors. I mean, anybody with a freaking brain can see this. It's just asinine. In her email to delegates on January 9th, Pego wrote, "What happened on January 6th, 2024? The simple answer, the party moved on to focus on the 2024 elections." Yeah. This Pego person, we're on to you, Pego, so you know. She went on to outline the plan to elect a new permanent chair. A new meeting will be scheduled within the next few weeks to officially call a vote for a new chairperson. We encourage you all to get involved, and we look forward to a new and exciting year that brings renewed hope in a very red legislature. I'm sure you do. Re-grease your skids. Cave to the left. Cowards. Just dishonest, despicable cowards. Okay. That was depressing. Here in Politico, we got Biden inches slightly ahead of Trump in Pennsylvania poll. It was a Quinnipiac poll. University survey of registered voters showed 49% supporting Biden and 46% supporting Trump, who's been leading his GOP rivals for the Republican nomination in most polls. They finally got one. They got one poll where he shows he's a little. It's a Quinnipiac. Give me a break. Vomit. Okay. Just reading down this list here. We already read Trump is not going to be a dictator. Good, that's good. Mike Johnson caught between two warring factions of the Republican Party. Let's read this one. Politico. I like the way Tucker Carlson says Politico. Johnson flails as Republicans say. Here's the dude, this Mike Johnson thing. Mike Johnson, if you're listening. Mike Johnson, please, here. I'm gonna post you, bro. I'm gonna post you. You're not my bro. I don't know you. But I can tell you one thing. You need to nut up, my guy. Nut up. I mean, you say you got these Christian values, whatever Christian. Everyone wants to talk up the Christian value thing. Look, this is Mike Johnson. Is that the guy? I'm going to assume it is. Rep Mike Johnson. Here, I'm gonna search for him. Oh, I can't just search for him. Yeah. I'm gonna look on my phone because I want to make sure I'm tagging it right. I think House Speaker has their own usually. Speaker Johnson? There he is. We got Speaker Johnson. And we'll just do a search of Mike Johnson. Simon Atiba, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene explodes, says she's had enough with Speaker Johnson, may need to be fired. She spoke in a heated podcast with Steve Bannon. Every day, Mike Johnson gets closer and closer to this deal, brings me closer and closer to vacating the chair because I've absolutely had it, she said, referring to the budget deal that sends more money for wars and virtually nothing for what the Republican base wants. It's true, dude. Like, what do you think you're going to win by just cowering to these lunatics? What do you think you get out of it? You don't get anything. Like, no one's going to... Like, Christian ethics, Christian morals, Christian ethics. Well, guess what? Christians... What is notoriously famous about what makes Christianity the powerhouse that it is? Well, it's because of the first 300 years, you had an entire community of people that were devoted to the truth at the expense of their own lives. They died for their faith. They died telling the truth. They died confessing the immortal Christ. And Speaker Johnson knows that these issues are going to tank the country. These deals are going to tank the. I mean, you're not going to have. They're going to destroy the country. What's Christian about that? Nothing. To destroy an entire country, caving into like lunatics. Where's your Christian morals and ethics there? It's bananas. Bananas, bro. Okay. Yeah, fuck. Got that. That. Here. Speaker Mike Johnson is scrambling to juggle the demands of long warring factions of his conference. There's no way to appease both sides. You're right. That's correct. Conservative hardliners are actively trying to renegotiate the spending deal Johnson reached with congressional Democrats over the weekend. Why are you negotiating with these people? Let's see. What's the negotiation? Give us open borders. Keep printing money. And completely neglect enforcing any laws. Okay. Temporarily shutting down the floor. Like, let us spy on everybody in the country who doesn't agree with us. Give us all the money to do that. Okay. If you don't do that, then we'll blame you for shutting down the government. Oh no! What happens if I shut down the government? Temporarily shutting down the floor until after the speaker met with them Thursday to hear their proposal for steeper cuts. That ratcheted up the possibility of a government shutdown, but it also severely frustrated Republican centrists and appropriators who are calling on Johnson to stick to the bipartisan deal and punish conservatives for holding the House floor hostage. No. See, that's the thing. You're holding it hostage by not capitulating to the bananas ideas. It's just bananas. That faction has grown increasingly exasperated, with right flank openly criticizing them for repeatedly hijacking The spending negotiations and has left Johnson in an increasingly precarious position with no loyal allies to back him up. There has to be consequences, said Rep. Mike Simpson, Idaho, top appropriator. We've always understood that if you did that in the past, there would be some consequences. Johnson huddled with the House Freedom Caucus chair, Rep. Bob Good, and roughly a dozen other members of his right flank on Thursday. Those hardliners emerged from the meeting optimistic that they'll convince Johnson to walk away from the agreement he announced with other congressional leaders to fund the government for this fiscal year. Oh, yeah, I hope so, you know. So we got Ralph Norman saying it's not going to be the current deal. Told reporters, and then MTG added there's going to be a new deal drawn up, and that's what we're in the process of doing. Okay, good. Good. I hope so. You can't be a coward, dude. You gotta understand that there's no... The other side in their negotiations is not negotiating for anything good. Like, their entire process of negotiation is to completely kneecap anything good. So stop negotiating with them. Like, would you negotiate with somebody's holding you hostage for what? Okay, I think that's good for headlines for now. It's a lot of reading. Let's see. Got 3:15 here. I think what we're gonna do is go to the office. We're gonna get some things set up. We'll take a brief intermission to our playlist over here. And see you in the office.
I'm a person who goes through ups and downs. I think we all do. Noise.
Hey, how about another here for the rock?
How things really are. The other So you'll know when you found one of our rocks. If you found one of our rocks, I will give you a prize pack. It's just that easy. It's free. You know what, Corey? If you find a rock, I will give you $20. All right. Also, I wanted to remind you that there is an opportunity to win some money. All you gotta do is drink some juice. Are you thirsty? You drink yourself a gallon of juice. You keep it down for 10 minutes, and you can win up to $100. It's that simple. Let's call it the Tampico Challenge. We have not had a $100 winner yet. This is our last event, so we're hoping that somebody will crack the case. Literally, that's what we're looking for. Also, I want to keep you guys informed because I know some of us are hungry. I don't miss a meal. But we got some pizza coming up at about 5 o'clock or so. I'm looking at my wrist like I have a watch on. I don't have a watch on. 20 minutes. We got pizza coming. And we got drinks. And also, there's going to be a chance, there's going to be an opportunity to let go of some of that pent up aggression. I'm not going to tell you how, but I'm just going to let you know. So, in the meantime, in order to build up the tension, in order to get you ready for that pent up aggression, we are here. We're making noise. This moment is for you. And from Sheridan, Oregon, with a lot of pent up aggression, I present to you. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most spectacular thing that happened to Klamath Falls. The one, the only, the Eamon Lewis will be playing drums if he can find drumsticks. For his dad. And his dad goes by the name of Good Godfather. Give it up for Eamon Lewis on the drum. Get off the stage. Go do your homework. Clement Falls, Oregon. Were you ready for this? Could you be honest? Were you ready for this? I don't think you were. In fact, we're gonna hit you with such a big punch here. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I hope it never stops. Where all my 90s alternative grunge kids at? There they are. Hey, you guys are. Hey. Who likes to mosh pit? Anybody mosh pit? Well, this next song is not going to be so much a mosh pit song, but you're going to get ready to mosh pit, okay? Yeah, I get. Well, no, I'm not doing that song, buddy. I'm sorry. I wish I was. I know. Why? I'm doing this one. But, so the last song was dedicated to my grandma, who didn't really You know, she probably didn't like my music all that much, but she loved me no matter what anyways. And I kind of developed a proclivity to avoiding people that didn't care about me so much. And that it was okay for me to be myself. And so this next song, it's called Some People's Children. And it's about how, in my heart, I realized that I needed to not so much worry about what other people thought about me, but that other people are probably feeling the same way. You know, even though I might get frustrated when I'm behind you on the highway, and I might not feel so congenial, but I know it's important for you, as it is important for me, to feel like we all belong together. And that's the truth. That's something that's actually very true. We belong together. We need to nurture our friendships, our family relationships, wherever we can find them. And we need to fight to preserve them, to stay together, and not to tear asunder. That's what the song's about. Taking all my chances, trusting all forces, push it all down, pressure in the sound, it pulls everything up. In the shadow, plowing through the deep snow, simulate a smell, releasing all from every cell. Calling out as he cries out as he cries out. Just to see you face to face. is all in all. And that is a person. And he energizes me, and he energizes all of creation, everything that you see. So I say, good God Father is all in all. And we, I, Swan, Jonathan Gold, Cody Mang, back here on the drums, we are humble servants for the good God Father. And these are his songs. You didn't think they were his, but they're his. And this is his judgment. When we're ready to go. You got it? All right. Okay. Oh, no, it's Jesus is coming on a white fire. Don't sit there and pretend like you haven't known. whole time, like a little whisper. You thought you could ignore it. There's ignoring who you are. There's ignoring how things really are. At the end of the day, we all face the consequences. Do we got some dancers out there who likes to stomp like this? I want to see a bunch of people that like to do this right here. Okay, here we go. Well, thank you everybody for having us out here. We're together. In a world that wants to destroy us, that wants to tear us apart, that wants to tell us that we don't have enough, I'm here to tell you we got plenty. We got plenty. We got plenty. We got more than enough. I'm about to show you. Baptize my fire, they will tell me my name. 10 faces won't see you, they're looking out for me. Leave me under flesh water, leave me under the fire, leave me under fresh water, leave me under the fire. Don't you mermaid, don't sell me short. Don't you mermaid, don't sell me short. Don't you mermaid, don't sell me short. Don't you mermaid, don't sell me Baptize me, gonna fire. I'll be the church of that. 10 faces won't see it. It's not the light just yet. Under fresh water, you lay under the fire. You lay under fresh water. You lay under the fire. So if you want some pizza, I'm gonna need you to come get some. It's free. Come get some pizza, because if you don't eat it, I gotta eat it all. And I already gained 20 pounds since I've been on the road. I don't need to gain no more. So why don't you come have some pizza with us? Also, hold on, let me finish my last bite. It's so rude of me to eat and be on stage at the same time. All right. I don't want to choke while I'm up here, guys. All right, so earlier, I gave a clue to my friend who was walking around the park looking for rocks. And not only did she find a rock, but I think Dad found one too. So, I have prizes. But in order to get the prizes, you have to come up front so I can, tell everybody all about you. Embarrass them. All right, they're coming. This is awesome. You guys gotta clap it up for them. Make some noise. I don't care if you have pizza in your mouth, make some noise. Woo! Okay. All right, so the first thing you have to do is you have to take out your rocks and you have to hold them up so everybody can see them. All right, those are rocks I verified. Where did you find them? All right, so they found the one by the entrance and they found the one by the basketball court. That means there are 2 more prizes left out there. And because I'm a man of my word, this one's for you. Something special in there for you. And this one's for you because you really found it. And you guys also get to keep those rocks so you can hide them or you can display them.
Okay, you should probably be able to hear me right now.
But you are our first official winner.
Let's see here. Here I am out in the shop. Okay. There we go. That ought to do the trick. Nope, that didn't do the trick. Okay, here's what we're doing. Always turn off that. Alright, I gotta open some windows in here. Oh, I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here. Shop cam. And turn off the shop screen. Oh well. Let's see here. All right, perfect. Just taking pictures now. And probably going to here.
Here's the workspace that I'm dealing with. One-man show, folks. This is how you do it. Maybe you are somebody who is a one-man operation, and you say to yourself, how can I do it? Well, this is how. Right here. I'm about to peddle my wares. We'll do this. I'm thinking I'll probably solder some cables. I got a 1/4 inch mono guitar cable. I'm gonna solder these ends on. I have some other ends. We're gonna take pictures of my mic cables that I hand wired. Get everything listed on Gumroad. Probably going to spend some time tying prayer ropes. Seats. These don't take very long at all. So, here we go. Let's see if I got enough lines organized. There we go. Just barely. Okay. Oh yeah. Also gonna look for another phone I can use. Oh hey, there's your headphones too. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh. Let's see. Actually.
Okay, we're actually wrapping it up. Anyone wants to play video games this time? School. I'm gonna go ahead and just take pictures. Hope everybody has a great day. Thanks. Bye.